Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Deana and I'm here to do a you versus them reading, as you have seen from the title. So this is intended to be a timeless reading as well, but just take the messages as you will. I'm going to go through all of the different signs one by one. I'm trying to just decide which ones we want to start out with today. Let's go with this deck. This is the vice versa deck here. And let's bring this out. I've left the daily Dharma cards from today's reading, which was a long one, longer than normal. I believe it was an hour and 17 minutes. But let's go ahead and get started from the top, and we'll go through as many signs as possible. This may be a 1, 2, or 3 part reading. I'm seeing the Chariot and the Ace of Cups. Let's go ahead and get this energy out. So today's reading, if you don't want to go back to the daily Dharma, the cards that we have on the table are, at 111, we have Magic, Miracle, Divine Masculine, Universal Love, Belief, Earth, Consciousness, Crown Chakra, Allowance, Remembrance, Transition, under the deck, Integration and Change. That's all the code cards. And then in the combined shamanic decks, which you can find in the description box, we have Woodwives, Adaptability, the Owl, Drifter, Experiencing Life as it Comes, Many Masks, the Authentic Self. We have Magic in the next deck, that's 2 magics, beautiful. The Spiral and Moon Maiden. And we had a bunch of cards from underneath the deck over there, and I accidentally started shuffling before I remembered I wanted to leave these out. The main message is there's a huge change of internal belief in self, which is allowing you to move through an old cycle and into the authentic true self here. And for many, this will be leaving someone or something behind and moving into something brand new. So let's get started with Aries. Aries, what is your energy? You versus them. Okay, we'll take those. All right, so we have a few energies coming out for you. 10 of Cups, High Priestess, and I don't normally read reversals, but this one does show in the reverse, this Temperance card, backside, and the backside of the 10 of Cups. So this Temperance in reverse and the backside is like, that's the closing out cycle. And then I'm also seeing this, is it the back or the front? I'm seeing this 3 of Swords here in the middle. So this may be an ending of a relationship where somebody feels some sort of heartbreak, release of some sort. Under the deck, 3 of Wands, and there's your new start, new beginning. Ooh, and on the back of the deck we have the Devil, hello, with these lovers in the foreground here, with bondage, chains, shame. And there was reptilian energy in the other deck, and for the first time ever, look at the Devil has some like scales or reptilian energy on their body. That's so interesting. There's so much coming through this. So there's an aspect, and this may be either a Sagittarius in their lower energy using their alchemy to try to hurt, maim, wound you energetically. Maybe a family member too with this 10 of Cups, or somebody who you considered to be family. And with this High Priestess in the middle, there are secrets here, but even though it's being kept secret or kept in the dark, you are the High Priestess who understands what is going on. And this may have to do with some individuals with the initials B or J here. But I'm seeing that you're pointing to the book And that's like your higher presence, higher calling. It's like you're doing things by the book. Somebody else may be trying to pull the wool over your eyes, but your crown is intact here. You're in touch with all realms. And you're saying it's not black and white here. And there's something about the crown games, again, that came out a couple of times earlier. So if this isn't a Sagittarius and you're the Sagittarius who's been done wrong, this person is trying to spin you on your head and trying to siphon your strength and your courage for themselves. Trying to keep you bound and to destroy something good that wants to come into your life. And I'm seeing all of these cut marks across the shield, like you've been shielding your heart the whole time. And there's that rain again. We had the rain come down during the daily Dharma today, and it's over now, and the birds are chirping again. It's like the storm will pass. So what else with you? What can we... I'm seeing the Star and the Four of Cups here. So there's the rain card again, possibly, or is that like a meteor shower there? I'm seeing this feminine, and there's that rose that is damaged in the Three of Swords. So this can be ghosts of your past, or someone or something that you're trying to manifest. Here you're putting a lot of energy into this, and you're guarding and protecting your own heart this time around, and you're making your wish, and you're envisioning. It's like you're manifesting this with all of the power at your disposal. And you've had a lot of heartbreaks, a lot of missed opportunities, and that boat leaving there, it's almost like somebody's had enough chances. It's like 3 strikes, you're out, but then there's 4 cups fallen. So don't give up on self-love in this situation. Don't give up on what it is that you want and desire in this situation. It's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Save your inner child here. But setting sail. The devil stays on the bottom of the deck with the death card this time. Interesting. So it's like judgment has arrived. And I'm seeing these 2 individuals begging for forgiveness now that they've got this karma, or I'm hearing now that this court case is coming up, or now that this, like, answering to your karmic justice, or it's like justice. I was seeing justice as she points to this passage in a book, like I have it in writing. I have this contract written, and it's clear that somebody has either lied or stolen, or they've put in writing their lies, and they're being held to task for this. So their day of lying and cheating and stealing on you has come to an end. And I saw a couple of interesting cards there and then instantly forgot. So then we have the other side of the death card. So those individuals are what are they doing there? It's like they're bringing gifts, but there's a rebirth happening behind them. And those are the same pillars from the High Priestess. It's like I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Like the gates of heaven, like somebody has passed the test. Somebody has moved into their next period of life, and these other 2 are still trying to make their peace or something. And I see the skull and the potion and the crow. It's like they can't even face the sunlight. They're feeling guilt and shame and proclaiming their innocence, but they're still dealing with an extreme amount of guilt. And somebody here is it's the King of Pentacles here is in the dark but facing us, interestingly enough, and under that is the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, that was what I saw under the deck, the King and the Queen of Wands. So those may be the other players in the deck. It's like, now you see me, now you don't. You don't know if you really saw the true self or not. But this King of Pentacles he's got abundance, and he's keeping it, he's staying protected and sitting on his throne with his pentacle and his power and his golden crown. Even if he's being kept in the dark, his intuition is going to keep his prosperity protected. Yeah, you may be working into the late hours or waking up early in the morning for some type of a reason here. But I'm seeing ultimately that through these setbacks, or maybe a situation that had 3 people that you felt were against you or ganged up against you, another individual or another opportunity has manifested itself to be on your side, if you will. So there's a new partnership here, and you're leaving behind the old you. Maybe that's that self-love. It's like, I'm going to just throw all of these cups over here because I don't need a cup for my abundance. I am the entire ocean here. So, all right, Aries, let's get to some of the reels here with the handwritten cards. So, yeah, there's family is what you make of it. It isn't necessarily always the birth family. Red flags, unanswered prayers. So if this reunion with these betrayers is not forthcoming, believe that it's in your best interest and try to release your hold on that. What goes around comes back around. Good thing that you had the foresight to put it into writing. The next 48 hours, something is going to be made right. You may need to verbalize and call somebody out. And tread carefully when you do call them out, because you don't need to say it any certain way. If it's in writing, it's in writing. Building confidence, working on myself. Don't feel bad or any type of way for standing up and protecting what is yours and your contract. Somebody wants to make you feel responsible or guilty, gaslighting, manipulation. Look deeper, as if there is something that you didn't quite understand. Not with that High Priestess. All right, Aries, anything else here? Scorpio and romantic adventure. So, yeah, I'm sensing that this is that star card here, which is the card of Aquarius. And High Priestess is the card of Pisces. So, yeah, using your intuition to cut free of these old situations allows you to manifest this romantic adventure. Yeah, somebody's playing some games, stealth tactics, but you're in your joy here and in your gratitude. What would your best friend say? Ancestors are sending signs and synchronicities. This may have to do with a Leo. We did see the King and Queen of Wands, or this may be about you getting back into your charisma and into your fiery essence to stand up for yourself and to be proud of who and what and how you are. Reclaim your power. Yes, somebody wants to marry you because there's a lot of chemistry, but toxic friends or family members are interfering a bit. So retreat coming up with that energy, and then that full moon lunar eclipse energy. So this may be something that started back when we had the full moon lunar eclipse, which was May 1st, I believe. And then I think the solar eclipse followed on the 15th, I do believe. And those were in the signs of Taurus and Scorpio. So, all right, bottom of the deck. Does this align with your highest path? You're leaving something behind. Be fine. You're going to find something. And we had the B initial. Compromise. Choose battles. Yield and share. So if somebody's wanting you to compromise what your gifts and your what is due to you, compromise very carefully here. Know what you deserve and define your own path Opportunity or distraction, medicine or poison, consider the dose. Cutting cords and releasing. Somebody never told you that they feel a past life influence with you. You may be connected with a Libra or have Libra in your chart. Somebody's in inner conflict, this mature masculine maybe. They think that you are incredibly hot, adventurous, philosophical, wise with that Sagittarian influence coming out. And self-care is on the deck. They want to kiss you and be in flow with you. All right, Aries, that is your reading there. So I hope that that helped. If you need a little bit more insight, feel free to watch some of the other readings, because many of these readings are just moving along in the same light, along the same vein, that collective energy. So, all right, moving along to the sign of Taurus. Let's get Taurus energy here in the cards. Taurians, you've got the North Node of Destiny in your sign over the next several months until next spring, I believe. And here we have the Wheel coming out. The Wheel of Fortune here with the Magician aspect. So on the back side, we've got these riddle and these weird looking otherworldly essences, but on the front side here, we've got the Magician in the night. Or maybe this is, I don't know which is the front and the back at this point. But I'm going to take this as a more positive influence of using your magic. We've got the King of Cups with a dolphin on the back, emotional intelligence, bonding, tribe, but he's looking the other way. Something is maybe an emotional situation coming up almost behind you, or surprisingly coming to the surface, something that's usually deep. And then we have the Hanged Man over here. So the Wheel of Fortune is all about timing, cycles, abundance, and he's holding that Ankh. The Ankh is an Egyptian symbol of the divine feminine, and there's more to it than that. There's this the cosmic womb over the cross of matter, perhaps. I'm not sure I'm saying that correct, but the messages that come out are as they are. So there's this you holding above the matters that are showing themselves, the ability to be patient and aware that things are always working out for your highest good, even when they look the most dim, the darkest before the dawn. Holding on to the nurturing aspects of the Divine Mother within yourself and grounding those energies into the earth, into the material realms for you through integrity and intentionality. And flipping in the deck, we had the King of Wands here with is it the 9? Yes, the 9 of Swords. So sleepless nights. So I'm feeling this King of Wands as somebody else. Oh, and the chameleon energy came up in the other daily Dharma here, and I think that that's a different kind of lizard there. So if you know anything about lizards, go ahead and take that as your own message. I don't know much about them. So I'm seeing that this King of Wands is feeling very passionate and very, very sensual, but also feeling threatened by the amount of passion that's swaying his heart in a new direction. And there's this karmic tangle of roots that he's sitting upon. So there's a lot of energy that he's still working through. There's some armor around the ankles here, and a thick belt at the waist, which I haven't noticed too much in the past. It's like this... what's that belt? It's like when you become the adult, wearing the expectations of your forefathers is what I'm feeling. Like this masculine is trying so hard to get to the place where others told him that he needed to be, but he's stuck in his head. Perhaps there's an extreme change of what he saw as his pathway and destiny. He may have been drifting and flowing, and now there's this urge to untangle those roots and to put the roots down into the material right now and uplifting the feminine. So under the deck now we have the back side of the Temperance card. So there's a gateway just beyond this position here. This is the card of Sagittarius, and the King of Wands is a fire energy, but this doesn't necessarily only need to be a fiery individual. This is somebody working through their ability to be confident, charismatic, courageous, and that lion that has his pride at his disposal, and the gentle messenger energy of wisdom. And I don't know that bird, but I'm thinking that it's related to the ankh in some type of a way. And on the other side, look at that, the Two of Cups in the darkness as well. So I'm feeling that this is a relationship beginning here for you. I'm going to cut the deck. There's the Page and the Ten of Swords. There's the Star card, Two of Cups, and the Emperor. So yeah, there's been some previous betrayals, and it hasn't been easy to walk with all of this armor and this pretense, and there's a wounding here that it's being put to rest. The armor is being discarded for this Two of Cups situation. A decision is being made and invested in, and somebody is really leveling up. It's like you wished for this, you prayed for this, and here it comes, and you're walking through this stormy, doubtful, scared energy and trying to see clearly through it. But there's this masculine is maturing, gathering that energy. Yes, it's a new beginning for sure. Okay, let's go ahead and move into the handwritten cards for you. So it looks like divine timing and encountering a soulmate energy here. Bonding, connection, reconnection. Let's see what's popping out here. Addiction, self-medication. Uranus cutting through and releasing the ties that bind you to that situation. Leader, entrepreneur, trendsetter, boss. You may be, and then return, reunion. Yes, I already said that one. Very nice. So you may have had a little time apart with this individual, or maybe you've known each other in the past. I see the Six of Cups under the Two of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. So somebody has been working very hard at their craft, or something about their profession, their craft, working on their skills and becoming their own leader. And maybe both of you are bosses in this situation. But yeah, so during this time apart, you may have had to deal with some old habits that have come back around, that self-medication. Saturn. Okay, so we did see the Star, which is it's Aquarian energy, which is co-ruled by Saturn and Uranus, that we have both on the deck here. And Saturn right now is in retrograde. And so I'm sensing that what goes around comes back around, and as we've been accountable and dedicated, disciplined to our path, it's opening up, and we've manifested someone or something that is perfect for us. This may have to do with somebody with light features, eyes, hair, or complexion. It says tread carefully, restraint, holding back, date, getting to know you, in initials E, F, G, and H. And then we have Taurus showing up in your own reading. So somebody thinks about you all day, or you're thinking about somebody all day long. And then we do have the new moon card here, which was about the 15th of May, I do believe. Dreaming about you. Psychic attack, 9999. You already know, trust your gut. Okay, so what else? I'm seeing that there's an urge to jump in to this reunion, but there's still some elements that are working their way out, elements of deeper gratitude and appreciation coming to the surface, more expression of what you mean to each other that needs to be released and revealed just a little bit at a time. Yeah, there's something else that isn't quite apparent here to me. Let me just... Okay, I need to see. What is it for Taurus that I'm missing here? This pink card wants to pop out. Scorpio, yeah, there's the other node, your oppositional energy, and we do have that Two of Cups and then the new moon card again. So there's a lot of potential here, and there's a realignment in progress here. Maybe it's a realignment with your own entrepreneurial quest. Instead of falling off of your own path of destiny and jumping into a relationship, holding back enough that you both maintain your own autonomy and sovereignty with each other while you feel your way into that perfect balance of independence, individuality, and merging and commitment. So it's like time apart versus time together. Yes. Inner child needs. Somebody's creeping on you, getting advice from their friends, but looking to break through old patterns and chains. There's been an overlooked opportunity, and I feel you near me when we're miles apart. But there's also self-sabotage, self-fulfilling prophecy, and negative mindset, possibly with somebody with the initials A, B, C, or D. Cancer, grief, depression, and there's that your unique, explore and express your unique individuality. Momentum drives spirit local. So yeah, you're being asked to invest in yourself, and that doesn't mean leaving the situation behind. It means using your energy to not get lost in something and sabotage it by making that your only focus. We are most attractive and most uplifted by investing in our own creative potential. And I feel like that's where Taurus is at right now, walking on their highest path towards their highest destiny by releasing the urge to control or dictate how and where and when something comes up or how it's engaged with. Don't lose yourself in a relationship. As you find yourself again and again, the right relationship finds its way into a parallel situation with you. So I was also seeing on that Two of Cups energy. Where did it go? I want to see it again. There it is. See how the two snakes there are intermingling? That's a depiction of both individuals' essence coming in unto its own direction and then connecting and then crossing over, contemplation, reconnecting, and then coming back onto the self and back and forth. It's the rising energy that comes through when both individuals don't lose themselves but actually find themselves through connecting and synergy and co-creation. So it's very interesting. I kept hearing the mirror, it may be a twin flame relationship for you. And then popping out, we have the Sun card with this child and the horse. It's like horse and rider. There's a rune that's related to that. I believe it's called Rido. I think that is the one. It's about the journey that you take with the horse and the rider. It's like when you ride the horse, your energy and your will connects with that horse. And it's almost like on the Avatar movie, how they make, is it called Zahelu, where they take their hair or their tail, I can't remember which, and I think it must be their tail, and it has all these little octopus, little feeler things, and then they take something from the horse and they connect, and then they've made a bonded connection where through that intimate bond they're able to telepathically tell each other how and where to go and stay connected. It's a very profound movie. If that's your style, it's a good one. And then under the deck we have the backside of the Magician and the Tower over here. So something huge has changed, and you've manifested this in your life, Taurus. So use those manifestation skills to your highest capacity to continue to walk your highest path, and the relationship is going to handle itself. As you're both on your highest path, you're staying connected. All right, Taurus, good luck with that. Gemini energy in the cards. Gemini, we've got the sun in your sign, so happy birthday for your birthday season. It's about what, April 21st generally through May 20th. Oh, okay, we have the Empress, the backside of the Empress coming through. I see that she's tuning out the external world and putting her attention on something. Maybe household or her own family versus the family of origin. Maybe you have children or a spouse, and there's this bird here coming in. So maybe you've gotten some type of message about your family that has put you back into a bit of a hermit status. Then we have Ace of Wands and the Knight of Cups on this side. Interesting. Maybe you're just tuning out the external world because a new opportunity has found its way to you, some new suitor, maybe a Cancer or another water sign, but it doesn't have to be. It's somebody coming in with some feelings, but the King of Cups doesn't necessarily have a lot of staying power, neither does the Ace of Wands, but it comes in with the wands drawn, if you know what I mean. So there's a lot of passionate potential here, but it doesn't yet indicate if there's staying power. Under that is the Five of Wands. So something you've put up a fight for, or you're winning something, and it's taken a lot out of you with this volcano. It's like maybe it's not a sexual passion, maybe it's an aggressive passion that has taken you out of your peace and serenity and has asked you to get involved in some type of a combative situation or going to war with somebody, and it's like you're retreating into your own peace and serenity here. Yeah, and somebody's like, maybe this night is an apology for you coming in and apologizing, but ultimately I don't see a whole lot changing with this individual as of yet. That's the Grief Depression card, but there's that Rose. This could be an ex trying to come back in during this retrograde, but I'm seeing the Magician here too, so and the Page of Pentacles, and then the back side of both the Queen and the King of Swords here. So this very well could be an X situation. And then the Five of Swords and the back side of the Four of Pentacles. So if somebody was stingy with their energy, they gave you just maybe some breadcrumbs and were manifesting their own greatness, or maybe this is you just kind of walking away from this and manifesting your own greatness after someone didn't really come through the way that they said that they were going to. All right, I had a couple coming out. So there's that Knight of Cups again, and this time he's coming back around, but he's still got that armor. You can't even see his eyes to see if he's authentic or not. His eyes are the windows to the soul, so why hide them if you're making an offer? There's a lot of healing here. I see you moving away from these old situations. And then what pops out but the Lovers card, and it's the back side of the Lovers. So here we have the front side being blessed, and the back side here is more, it's like you've already, okay, I'm thinking that there has been a blessing upon this union in the beginning, and now it's like there's the next leg of the journey is coming up for you, Gemini. And oh, the Lovers card is your card, by the way, if you did not know that. And it's connecting with other individuals and gathering resources, taking the hand of another, communicating. And I'm seeing this as like the two pitchers, vessels in the top, as talking about the human vessel. And what is the message behind that? It's like two vessels connecting, combining, communicating. And oh, and that Star of David, the two triangles there, that's fire and water. And we see the burning bush as the fire, and it's like the masculine and the feminine connecting. And then we see the Queen of Cups, her backside. And then the last couple of cards, oh, there's a couple here. 3. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, investing in your own home, your own family, whether that's pets or plants or your own spiritual practice. There's leaving some drama behind and coming back into yourself. And he has, is that, I can't tell if this is another symbol of Mercury on his chest or if that's the Venus one, because his beard covers it. So it's like there's let's keep going. 2 of Pentacles, adaptability, flexibility, coming over the many masks from the daily Dharma here. It's like he's kind of playing a part, trying to keep all the plates spinning at once, but it's taking a lot out of you. And so there's this need to retreat and to meditate on what your heart needs and what your emotional capacity is needing at this time. Retreating to go within your own shell. And then we see the Hierophant card with the baby behind it. So, interestingly enough, in this side of the Hierophant, look down there with the baby. The baby's holding a key, and then there's this statue down here. I don't know if the statue has a name, but it's a fertility goddess. And okay, so we have the Mother card with the Empress, and then we have the Lovers card, the maturing and the next chapter of the Lovers. The 10 of Pentacles is family and home issues, and he's petting the dog as if he's speaking to the dog about the next leg here. And then adapting to change and playing a part, healing with another. Basically, what I'm seeing is somebody very well could be entering into a new family situation, or becoming married or committed or becoming pregnant in some type of a way, whether that's pregnant with an idea, ideal, or invention, or whatever else. There's definitely, with the Hierophant card, and it does say Tetragrammaton, which is the vibrational name of God, I do believe. It's like the, what do I want to call it? The Tetragrammaton is like the sacred geometrical form of all that is. I'll leave that there. It's communication with the higher realms and planting a seed for the future. So if you feel resonant with those messages, there may be someone or something, some new venture or a new child or a new family dynamic coming your way, but it's coming with a sense of abundance and like homestead, the feeling of coming home, and like that's your sanctuary in your safe space, connected and protected. Romantic adventure. So if you're taking a romantic adventure, it could very well lead to a greater commitment or an exponential family. So Chiron, there's a lot of healing on the table here. Chiron is also, like, look at the symbol of Chiron. It's a key, and the baby's holding a key. So I don't know if this is your inner child or your brain child, or if this is I don't know, there's some element of this rebirth, this new beginning is key to your healing, and your healing is key to your path, mission, your purpose here in healing the world at large. Mood swing, regrets, being sorry. So did you have an argument with somebody, or I'm not sure, but there's healing here on the board anyways. Somebody's overthinking, stress, nerves, astral travel. What else? Cancer. And Cancer came out earlier, not in your reading, did it? Third eye chakra, grief and depression. Just taking a look, walking away, reassessing your reasons for busyness. So I'm sensing that you need to take a pause to process this huge change that's going on in your life, to be able to accommodate and make room in possibly a solitary life for an expanding family or expanding partnership. I think that this next leg of the journey, the healing, is going to be greater in partnership than it could be on your own. So yeah, if you've walked alone, you're becoming aware of the next part of your journey. I just saw Love Bomber, Soul Star Chakra, Transcendence and Guidance. Yeah, there's something here about the vessels and Soul Star Chakra. Transcendence and guidance. You're receiving guidance that this is in your best interest. It may be different than your norm in some type of a way, but there is magic at play. And it's as if this is a divinely timed activation whereby you are witnessing your more cosmic or more galactic self. It's being kind of unlocked through investing in either this partnership or this next part of your journey. Seeing young male. I don't know if that's a masculine baby, a child that you already have, connecting with someone who already has a child, or somebody who's in the process of maturing, a coming of age. And then we have Diamond Code activation. So to me, the Diamond Code activation is related to to the alchemy that we are with the earth. It's like the vessel. The vessel is getting into the body, into the sensuality, into the pleasure aspect that comes through flowing with all that is, with perhaps a soulmate here on the bottom of the deck, and with the elementals and Gaia, Mother Gaia. So it's about the stress of the process of suffering and illumination. I smile because suffering is also a gift that teaches us how to transform our life into more pleasure and abundance, and less focus on fear, less focus on the old trauma and the stress. And in that way, the compression and the pressure that has been part of this healing journey here, it's awakened us to how to transform and how to transmute that pain into beauty and into healing. Because the healing that we have gone through is the gift that we have to heal the world and to bond with the world through those hardships. As we transcend the illusion of the continual suffering, then we can rise above it and use it as stepping stones. The stress is what creates the diamond. It's the compression on that dark, chalky charcoal that seems only good for burning fires, and turns it into a diamond, which is valued by all. Many elements of the material as well. So trust issues, extrovert, legit, reclaim your power. I want to marry you. I told you. Your voice strikes a chord. 5555. Somebody's changing and healing through the dynamics of this relationship, walking into the next phase of their life with self-care. I want to kiss you. Chemistry. We knew that one was on the deck. And flow. Positive mental attitude. Separation. Take time for alignment. Toxic friend or family member in the past. Yes, it's time to communicate in a different way, and to take this overthinking, stress, and nerves, and to transform that into healing and trust of your journey, trust of this individual, and allowing yourself to be excited about something that has made you either fearful or stressed out. Like let's say this was an unexpected pregnancy or an unexpected new job or new relationship, something along those lines. Trust the process to open you up. And if you pray, this may be a great time to pray for your own transcendence of illusion. And I saw the front side of the Empress that time. Yep. So take that as you will. I wish you all the best in this situation. There's an unexpected gift that may take some time to really, saying in my mind, gestate, like the gestation period of pregnancy, even if this isn't a true pregnancy, right? Even if you're beyond that phase in your life, we give birth to ideas. That's what manifestation is. It's taking something from the dream, from the inspiration, mulling it over and thinking what I do and what I don't want, and then continuing to heal that into form through our intentions until it reaches through the ethers into the material. So Gemini, you are about to be blessed, and it may take its sweet time getting to you, but in the meantime, the only thing that you need to worry about is, well, don't worry about, is your healing process. Just what makes you happy? What unlocks your soul and your healing? What do you desire for your next leg of your healing journey? If you have something to speak about or something to create, invest in yourself. Make time for yourself. Pay yourself first, whatever you have to do. And there's the Lover's card trying to pop off again on the front side. Whatever this is, you're walking into something that is blessed. All right, let's go on to Cancer. Cancer, you've come up in a few other readings so far, so you may want to look at the other readings. I believe you came up in both Aries and Taurus. Let's see what's going on for our Cancers here. Cancer energy in the cards. What do you most need to know? Is there a decision being made? I saw the backside of the Two of Swords. It's as if you're telling someone to give you the time and space to, like, I can't hear myself think. Let me just have this time and space. Especially I'm seeing these two individuals like shipwrecked here and only having each other. It's like both of you have walked your own healing journey and you're finding each other. And this Ten of Cups is a family card generally. You can be creating your own family dynamic from past pain. First card popping out though is the front side there of the Two of Pentacles. And we do have adaptability and experiencing life as it comes here on the board from the daily read, the daily Dharma. Yes, there's setting sail on a new journey. It's like performance with this deck in particular, because check out the way that he's performing for the crowd. You don't see the crowd here like for instance, doing something on YouTube or on social media where you don't see the people that are seeing you, but they're on the back side of the card. So if you're thinking of making your debut, or if that's merely like behind the scenes, you're juggling things for other people, like if you have a bunch of clients that you're dealing with, or many irons in the fire, many different money-making ideas that you're coming across, or just really doing a lot of efforting to try to bring in the abundance. There's a lot of dynamic activity here. It's like you're trying to work very fast before opportunities pass you by, because that ship, it looks like it's just entered the frame. It's only just entered, and it's going to be moving behind his back even. So I'm hearing, don't let the opportunity pass you by while you're busy doing all this performance and doing your song and dance and smiling here. Okay, interesting. So we've got the Three of Pentacles on one side, the Four of Pentacles on the other. So that's a progression, a sequence. So the Three of Pentacles is co-creation and synergy, doing a group project, working together with others. And I see this individual as, it's like he's holding a gift and he's got this flower here. It's like somebody who wants to make an offer or to present something, a presentation. Yeah, there's a presentation that you're making and working with others in this way. And the light that's coming in the windows is a bit subdued. It's dimmed by the color of the solar plexus chakra and your ability to feel worthy and to communicate that worth through the ethers. It may involve a Taurus. I'm seeing a Taurus in the architecture here. And maybe you're literally building something or working with your hands, because I keep feeling that Eight of Pentacles energy of craftsmanship, skills. And this doesn't have to be necessarily with your hands, but look at me, I'm talking with my hands. Yeah, I'm seeing you making some type of a presentation, but also holding back. It's like, see behind the crown of this individual, instead of having that enlightened orb there, this person's really holding back. It's like their whole mind is a labyrinth here, a maze. Maybe you're amazing other people by the things that you say and do, and your poise, your grace. This person is very grounded in their heart chakra with that red and that green energy, very earthy and earthly. And so they're connected very deeply to the manifestation process. And I'm seeing those two pillars that keep coming up in the different readings. We had it with the High Priestess and with the Death card in the other readings, and now with this Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is usually about holding back. It's restraint. It's interesting too. So I don't know what bearing this has, but the this cloak here that comes down, you can see just this shred of the green energy here, and then it tells us that this is the backside, the inside of the cloak here hanging down. And if you can tell, it's like the same texture as the wall behind. So it's kind of like telling me it's an invisibility cloak or something. It's a cloaking ability where Cancer, you're difficult to reach and difficult to read for some individuals that are mired in the earthly planes only. But to those that are connected to the powers that be, they can catch on and they can follow that. Now this person is very, very scrutinizing and very poised. It's like they're holding back more than they reveal. They're hearing and feeling more than they let on. And to the intuitive that can read beyond, that energy is coming through as standing firm in your value and protecting what is yours. And I'm seeing these background pentacles. I kind of took for granted that they were lined up, but they're not. They're all offset. They look like they're a very organized and particular and very strong foundation, but I'm sensing that these orbs kind of shift around. So what is that? It's like shifting money around from one place to another. Maybe somebody's having some financial concerns and that fire is threatening to burn up the whole attire, that whole cloak there, the cloaking. So somebody may be having some material concerns, trying to hold back and not feeling as generous as they could be. So let's see what else comes out here. So this juggling of finances and making a presentation. Maybe you're making a presentation for somebody and it's and it has to do with making yourself seem more affluent or abundant than you feel in the moment, putting on a brave face, moving things around, paying what you need to, what you can pay, but feeling the pressure of bills. Okay, we get another 4. So this is the 4 of Wands, which is, look at that playfulness and that celebration, the revelry, and I'm hearing the word rivalry. Perhaps with an Aries, we see the Aries ram skull below. Like, the death of a new beginning. And I'm hearing graduation more than death. It's like a transition of phases, because the 4 of Wands can be about making a commitment. In this deck, though, she's with Pan, and Pan is the frolicking god of sensuality and indulgence, and they're under this grape bower. So I don't know if somebody's making a new commitment to something. There's a lot of mountains in the background here too. It's like coming out of hardship, like you've been waiting a big change, because change and transition are definitely all over the deck here. And you've been doing your best to juggle and keep that brave face and continue to help and uplift others. And there's this transitional period where you're in the middle of that squeezing point where you're able to move on to the next phase. So I don't know if you're waiting for an acceptance letter, waiting for some type of a payout or some type of a relationship to come through, or some type of a proposal, or some type of, like, this presentation could very well be a business presentation, and looking for the clients or the clientele to find you. And it is definitely coming. Yes, there we go. 8 of Wands is under the deck here with that epiphanies and new communications just pouring in on the wings of the storm. And on the other side, look at that. That is the moon energy. But it's an eclipsed moon, and there's those pillars again. So, and then, yeah, it's like I'm seeing this, the pillars, that right there. It's like some type of a graduation that is going on here. Something in the bowl. It's like, I don't know if you're scrying or prophesying, or if you're using your healing hands of light. It's almost like something has been eclipsed here. I'm going to get some more cards. What kind of communication is coming through? Out of the darkness, there is a rebirth. All right, Cancer. Somewhat, oh, we had some cards flipping. Are you feeling like something's crashing around you and you're just manifesting and not feeling it yet? There's a cycle being closed out, because then there's that bower, there's that portal that you're pushing through into a new way of being with a soulmate perhaps, leaving combativeness behind. And then we've got this masked Hierophant, making your presentation for others and bringing down the messages from on high into the world, lighting the candles of another, lighting the world. And then Page of Cups with the sea turtle. And then we have the backside of the Sun card. Something has made you feel caged or limited here, or has pushed you to wanting to be in your safety zone of being within your own shell, but you're being asked to push beyond the confines of your security and your safety zone, and to connect with your inner passions and inner pleasures in a way, instead of feeling separate from your potential, to embrace all that you are. So, light features, eyes, hair, or complexion. I don't know if that's you or someone you're dealing with. So what is this? You know what your presentation is, but what is this presentation about? It says local, cognitive dissonance, mind over matter. So yeah, I was sensing that with that feeling of fear, of scarcity here for you, and being able to trust that if you continue to do your highest and best, that it is coming back around for you. There it is. Timeline jump. Quantum leap. Gaslighting, manipulation, look deeper. So if you're somebody who has gone through a lot of gaslighting in the past and being told that you weren't enough, this is This is what that cage is. What's under that cage? Oh, we already looked. It was the page. So one of my cards flew out a little bit further back than I can reach. Bear with me here while I disappear. Here we are. Compromise. Choosing your battles. Yield. Share. So when you're making your brilliant presentation, don't give any thought to these old doubters, haters, people that told you your message didn't have value or that theirs was better. You need freedom. You deserve freedom. Yeah, just look at this cage. You don't want to stay in there forever. Look at that brilliant sun on the back of this card. And then to have the sun card like this is so much different than that, isn't it? Look at those observers with their little spears, like, oh, if you do anything for yourself, they're going to try to chase you down and keep you small or something. It's like, I dream about you. 6666 is a rebalancing, getting what you deserve, especially with that compromise, choose battles, yield, and share. Yeah, and you had the 4 of coins. Be generous. If you don't have enough money, there are many other ways to be generous with your love, your time, your energy. The ancestors are sending signs and synchronicities about your gifts and your skills and how you can be of help, how you can garner that Leo energy back into your energy. That's that sun card. It's the brilliance and radiance of yourself. But keep it simple. Live a life full of love and light, but still master the throat punch. And so Gemini comes out in your reading too. I feel triggered. Define your path. Opportunity or distraction, medicine or poison, consider the dose. So intensity does not equal intimacy. Somebody's a copycat, wants to send a message to you, but they may be codependent, possessive, jealous. They may be in the middle of power or control issues, feeling insecure and wanting to possess you. But I'm sensing that you need more freedom than that. And I'm seeing this Eye of Horus or Eye of Ra on that obelisk, whatever you call them in the background there. You see that? That pillar? It's like, it's like the, dare I say, that phallic symbol that wants to dominate because they're so insecure. So Gemini, if you are Gemini, Cancer, Gemini was on here. I looked down at it when I was saying that. If you're feeling confined, that's unsustainable for you. Yeah, you can mirror that back for a while. You can feel very secure in that cloistered shell for a minute, but ultimately nobody can breathe when they're kept under wraps like that for so long. So take that as you will. I wish you all the best, Cancer. And let's move on to Leo. Leo energy in the cards. Oh, Leo popping right out on demand. So I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles coming out with the front side with the 5 of Pentacles. So again, I'm sensing a little bit of very old energy, taking a risk, gambling, material insecurity from an early age. And with this tree of life here, family tree type energy, this may be, you may have been born into a little bit more poverty than is ease and luxury, right? You may not have been handed everything on a silver platter, and this guy's throwing this dice. Here's the die, and it's like in the distant past you had so much wounding, and you were almost crippled economically or socially or emotionally by these energies. But yeah, you took a risk and you invested in yourself, because I'm seeing this, the reins here on the horse, this as being a laurel wreath, which is a sign of victory. And look at the enormity of this pentacle here on the back of the horse. And this guy's face, it's like no nonsense, like he's been through it, but he's ready to face the next. He's in a desert type landscape, but that's still an upgrade from this cold, frigid, icy landscape here where he's wounded with his crutch. It's leaving that behind and now traversing the arid desert. And oh, these antlers came up in the daily Dharma as well. So there's either elk or deer energy that has some type of message for you as well. You can look that up on your own if that resonates. And we're seeing a lot of key energy here. She's got the keys behind her. That is the back side of the High Priestess. It's like, in this case, the viewer is standing from beyond the veil. And I'm seeing Mercury and sulfur here shown up with the red and blue flames. And from that stance of understanding however much we can understand behind the veil, beyond the veil, taking that and facing the world anew. It's like we have all of that spiritual abundance at our disposal. Oh, yeah, and that little light here, it's like a portal. Something about the scrying again. It's like the, in Harry Potter, if you've ever watched those, many of us have, or read the books, there's this, I cannot remember the name of it, but it's this water container thing, and when you put your face into it, then you can see the memories that are in there. And we have remembrance on the daily Dharma cards here as well. So there's some kind of a magical remembrance, or maybe it's remembering your spiritual heritage, your ancestral heritage, your spiritual value from an early age. It was like you always knew that you were coming through. And here's the Hierophant. So we have the High Priest and the High Priestess on the deck here. So one is facing us, one is facing away. So it's like you have a deep history and a deep connection to the other realms, and you're bringing that forward with the mask still, because not all who come are worthy. And I say worthy in a particular way. Everyone is worthy of love and acceptance and respect in some humanitarian way, right? But we wouldn't tell somebody the secrets of the universe that was coming to exploit other individuals. We wouldn't tell somebody how to groom a child if they were intending harm upon that child, right? And it's the same with our consciousness. We are bringing down that magic into being here, but we are also the divine protector of those energies. And so when we bring consciousness into this realm, we bring it with a lot of karma and dharma that is attached to those messages. If you, for instance, come to this message only to hate on me, you won't affect me too much, right? You will carry that message. You'll carry that karma in your own energy. And the same happens if somebody's pouring negativity into you. If you take that into yourself as you're as your guidance system, it's going to be a much different path than somebody who takes that and alchemizes that into something different. I hope I'm getting that through. It's like the high priestess and the high priest have done their due diligence, have done their healing, have put their intentionality of upliftment and divine protection into play, and because of that, they have been able to gain more wisdom, more consciousness, and they trust that what comes out at the right time is the right action. And while I'm saying this, for whatever reason, I'm seeing this Many Masks card, and I'm seeing all of these masks are hung by a string. So it's telling me about the bondage and the strings attached energy of walking with another person's energy. Everything doesn't have to resonate, but you can take a message that doesn't resonate and understand what that means for you in particular. And when you make it into whatever you make it through your perspective and awareness, you're creating your own Dharma or karma in the way that you choose to engage with that energy. You're creating either greater happiness or greater misery based upon how you utilize those energies. Can't believe this is all Leo. This is so deep for Leo, isn't it? Not that you guys are not deep. I think that often Leo, in fact, gets called the ego and egomaniac, and they only want attention. But that is totally not the truth. Leo just wants to shine their light out into the world and be accepted and connected and generous. And often they find themselves wearing many masks instead of their authenticity, because they kind of lose themselves in the urge to be well thought of, to be well respected and well loved. And so here's the back side of the Hierophant with the Nine of Swords energy crossing it. Now I switched the two cards because I wanted you to see the imagery in the Hierophant here, because that seems to be a bigger card for you. Don't stay stuck in your head, locked in your cage or in your cell. You have messages to bring forth, and with that tetragrammaton right at your back, it's like you're marked. You're a marked woman or a marked man, and it's like the mantle of power, and the more insight that comes your way, you hold the divine key to unlock the pathway for self and for others. And so do whatever you can to release your overthinking and your fear-based thoughts about acceptance. As long as you love and accept yourself, then intending to do the right thing with whatever comes your way, it unlocks your potential. Yeah. And Leo is the inner child. There's something here about the mother, particularly for a young masculine. It doesn't even have to be a young masculine, but as a young masculine, there's something here for sure. Yeah, there's messages that I don't necessarily feel the urge to speak. Something about the mother and the body and the ability to nurture. I'm not sure, but I'm sensing that there's healing and moving on, like you've met someone or had something come into your life, or maybe an epiphany or truth, some type of success. There's that laurel wreath again. What did I say, right? The eagle is coming in to deliver this message of truth, clarity, justice for you. And they're saying you're the winner. You're the one with the message. You are the one that gets the prize. And it's not out of reach any longer. Just hold your messages high, in high regard. Even when someone would doubt them, then it's not your message. Somebody wants to keep you hanging your head and take all of your messages and press you as though you don't know. And there's the High Priestess again, right behind that. And there is, behind that, the Six of Wands on the side that is showing the happier side. Like other people see you getting these rewards and they may be hating or judging you for how you dare greatly to show yourself, how you are charismatic and amazing. Don't let other people make you feel cocky if it's your turn to be confident. So, and then behind that, look at that King of Swords. He's grounded in his messages. That sword is massive. It's like the sword of Gibraltar here. And he is the one that wields that. He's got this older look of wisdom and seasoned awareness. It's like people don't see everything that went into your battle, Leo, but victory is yours. That laurel wreath came out 1, 2, 3 times for you at least. So, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Sorry, mom jokes are as bad as dad jokes. So I didn't get you any of these handwritten cards. Let's just get a little bit for Leo. Anything else that needs to come through for Leo? Sagittarius, you are so hot. Define your path, opportunity or distraction, medicine or poison, consider the dose. So humility is only so good as it keeps you from being an egomaniac. If you're ridiculously over humble and what do I want to say about that? You can sometimes believe that you don't have the right medicine or the right words to help, to share, to heal, but you do. There's a date, getting to know you, trust issues, Mars, realign at the new moon. I don't know if I can keep my hands to myself, and full moon and new moon are both showing for you. So do you want to reach out and date someone or take some new risks here? I don't know what this fly is doing here, but it's definitely hanging out here. Do you want to be the fly on the wall that can tell you what somebody else believes or thinks about you? It's not for you to know. So what other people think about you, Leo, is none of your business. But what you think about yourself is worth everything. Awakening, wake-up call. Aquarius has been featured in a few of these readings, and Saturn is in Aquarius right now, just hitting that retrograde. So feeling confident and secure in your own authentic individuality. You may have a secret admirer, and it may be the person that you're admiring. This may be somebody with dark hair, dark eyes, or dark features, dark complected. So this person is looking for a sign. A little more healing may be necessary, but they're definitely trying to be noticed, or you are learning someone's vibe. You're getting a green light. Somebody wasn't at their best in the past, but they're learning their lessons, coming back into their own courage. Get out of hermitage for a change. You may be getting really bored, and it's probably because you're not on your authentic path. When you're inspired and creative, you don't have enough hours in the day to do all of the exciting, diverting things that come across your path. But you're facing a chakra activation. I'm seeing that unicorn down here too, several cards back, about individuality. So be still, integrate, balance, meditate. I am sovereign. So it's telling you to get out of hermitage, and then it's telling you also to take your time. So Leo, do both. There is a time for all things. So take your time to realign with your beauty and your destiny and your awesomeness, and then get out and share that with others, because your humor and your charisma and your confidence are healing for others and for yourself. Chain breaker, pattern interrupt. It's time to wake up to your awesome. All right, Virgo. Let's see if we can get 6 of these all in one. Virgo. What's going on for Virgo? Some communication? Spiritual communication? All right, we'll take your communication card. All right, let's take those ones to begin with. Under the deck, we have the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. So maybe you've been sleeping on something, meditating, healing, taking your time to integrate some harsh words or harsh lessons. Maybe you've attempted something several times and it hasn't quite worked out, and now you're afraid to push forward, believing the worst about yourself, Virgo. Virgo, you can be one of the hardest signs on yourself. 5 of Cups with that rose. There are 2 of Cups still standing in this deck, and the road ahead may not be easy, but this rose here is, I believe, your own blooming. It's like from this difficult situation, you have really, you've been seen as a very rare gem, a beautiful, unique rose. It's like the rose is kind of a symbol for love, especially the red rose. It's deep, passionate love. And so you may be remembering transitions in the past where things didn't work out and now are fearful of believing in your magic here. But there's definite communication coming in, that enlightened communication. I did see the Hierophant with the communication, the 8 of Wands previously. Something is moving very fast. I'm seeing this little jungle down below, a jungle and like a river down below, something heating up. This rainforest is like the hot water. Heat and water creates steam, and I'm seeing the clouds. Maybe you need to take time to, it's like the sweat lodge energy. I'm feeling like getting out into nature to kind of sweat it out. Sweat out the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. Get rid of it. Get it out of your energetic sphere so that you can grow through and beyond these situations, and quit bringing them up for evidence of why you're not doing enough or why you're not enough on your own. And then this Knight of Swords here is the Knight of communication. It's the fastest moving knight in the deck, and it's coming through the storm. It's like after the storm, somebody's racing in. And what is this? This is air and water shown on this horse's dress. I don't know what you call that little horse coat thing. It's interesting, and it's the color of orangish red. So yeah, there's some kind of a communication. Sometimes this can be a harsh communication. And didn't we just say that with these swords? Somebody has possibly used you as some kind of a whipping boy, or is exploiting your vulnerability and your emotional sensitivity by saying to you things that they know will cut you. And it's because of your abundance. You are somewhat of a moving target, and they are They want what you have, but you're sitting pretty. You have all of this beautiful abundance at your fingertips and at your feet. The harvest is yours, and the power and the golden crown is yours. But then it's coming out with the strength card on the back, and look at that devil wanting your courage and strength for themselves, but you are holding on for dear life to this lion. Yes, you've got the infinity symbol over your head. It's like the devil cannot get past you. I don't know if you're protecting somebody, that like a child or a partner, a lover, a family member, a friend, or your inner child, right? That inner vulnerability. You are like, no more. Anything else here? It's like, do you know this strength and capacity and abundance that you bring to the table? And anybody coming in with their mask on trying to destroy you is only doing so because that's all they have is misery, right? Yep, and there it is, putting it to rest, eclipsing that moon out of your life and just taking off your armor. It's like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me, which is, not quite true, right? Words do hurt, and the thoughts and gossip and betrayals of others, they do hurt. They hurt in a different way when you get to the point of self-love, because they hurt in the way that we're disappointed that another person is so hurt that they hurt people, and we're done being the person that hurts other people or retaliates or anything else. So we're just putting to death that part of ourselves that tolerated that abusive, gaslighting BS for so long. Oh, and look at what's coming in. I love that energy. Good job, Virgo. So Virgo, as the Emperor, you may have some Aries in your chart as well. It's sitting on your throne, being very compelling and authoritative. You may be starting your own venture, and you have all of the strength and capacity to do so. And the Ankh in the hand there was in the daily Dharma as well today, I believe. And it's a sign of the feminine as well. It's like he holds the feminine in high regard. Yeah, it's just beautiful. And it's the stars in both of these. I don't know if you're making a wish for this beautiful union here, but I'm seeing that you're definitely moving through any old toxicity here and believing in the power of love, believing in the power of destiny and fate, that somebody here is just for you, because those Two of Cups were left standing, weren't they? And it's that rose was blooming out of the dust from old situations. It's like, yep, I'm hearing that song. Duh, duh, duh. Another one bites the dust. Sometimes a little bit of humor is all that we can manage. I mean, even if it ended before you were ready for it to end in the past, every situation helps make us better. And, if it's not for me, I'd rather chase it away right up front by being my authentic self and not letting anybody play puppet master with me, than to allow somebody to string me along and pretend, and then let me go later when we've got mixed resources or a combined home or children or any of that stuff, right? Guilt and shame. Somebody has been trying to run you because of your willingness to feel guilty and shameful for stuff that was not real. It's like false guilt. Feeling the shame of not being perfect and not reaching perfection. Perfection is an illusion. I know, Virgo, you've heard it all before. But Earth Star chakra, unity, it's like we identify with guilt and shame because we've felt it before, but we don't need to stay there. We are entering a time where we're releasing that and healing that and transcending that, understanding that dust to dust, we are all somewhat, I hate to say dirty. It's like that whole original sin thing, like you came into this world jaded. That wasn't my experience. That may have been yours. But I believe that I felt very clear and clean from a very early age, and then I took on the residue and projections of others until such time as I was aware of that as who and what I was. I was taking on the mask of the projections rather than my authenticity. And I'm sensing that you're separating now that dust from your energy. Yeah, reassess your reasons for busyness. You have nothing to prove. You are a brick house. You're mighty, mighty. And you do have some frenemies that have exploited your inner child, have left you feeling triggered by the residues of old dramas, leading you to feeling a need to be self-protective and maybe retaliate and be aggressive with your words and energy. Maybe even with a Gemini, mirroring back other individuals, meeting them tit for tat. And there's your card, Virgo. Overthinking, stress, and nerves, and I don't feel worthy. It's time to heal all of that because somebody here has mad respect for you. And it's probably those frenemies that want what you have. They're jealous and envious. And jealousy and envy can coexist with respect and be masked behind aggression. Only you can manifest the correct individual process from that. You may have identified as a rebel, black sheep, and there's that Aries essence here. You have what it takes to have a new beginning, but you've been adapting to mixed signals. It's time for you to build a bridge, to move beyond this inner conflict with your strong masculine energy. That Mars just surpassed Neptune, that illusion, and has moved into the sign of Aries, which is that brand new restart, that brand new beginning that says, I believe in myself. I am not my wounds. I am not my wounding. I am not my guilty conscience. I am all of this and more, and now is the new beginning for you. So Virgo, I know it sounds like cliche, I guess, but move beyond that. And there was something else. I missed the cliche. I had it and then I lost it, so it wasn't meant to be spoken. So believe in yourself. All right. So let's see. That was 6. I think I'm going to stop this video and do a part 2 for Libra through Pisces. So take care, everyone. I hope that helped you all. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps grow the channel and it helps get those messages out to all of those who need them. Thank you so much. Take care and catch part 2 if you want to hear the rest of the messages.